All right, here we go. Good morning, ladies and germs. Anyway, so I'm a little late. I know that. Oh, I want to sleep in so badly. And I did. Anyway, boy, did we have a big week last week. Oh, dear. I don't know where to start. I'm going to try and keep it down to three subjects and three subjects only. Two are related. One's going to be off the cuff because it just irritates me what's going on. But a lot of things irritates me. Okay, first off, Michael Cohen. Did I not tell you that was going to happen? He told us basically a lot of things we already knew. We knew he was a cover up. We knew he paid Stormy Daniel. We knew Trump knew. We knew this. That was nothing, mind boggling. Well, I was surprised when he actually, as the kids would say, brought the receipts. And dang, did he bring receipts. He brought the canceled checks. Okay, let's start with the canceled checks. The right is saying, or the Republicans are saying, well, if Trump was doing something wrong, he wouldn't have wrote checks. Let's see. Manafort wrote checks. He's in jail. Flint wrote checks. He's in jail. Who else wrote checks? Well, Flint's going to jail. Cohen, of course, we know wrote checks, but he's going for lying. Actually, that's what they're all going for, lying. But that's in a minute. Okay, when when people get popped, most likely they pop themselves because they did something stupid. Trump was doing everything right. Okay, and I'd tell you how he was doing things right. He wasn't using the internet. The man does not use email. Because the bottom line, no matter what you do, you can never 100% protect your email. IRS does not use email. I think the FBI, they don't use email. Or was it the CIA? They don't use email because it's not safe. Unless you have, I think, a VPN and another security system, there's no way to make emails 100% safe. So Trump does not use them. Smart. For an idiot, that was smart. What people, where he messed up is that, yeah, he fell back on the checks. He should have just kept the cash. If he would have kept the cash, no signatures, then he might have gotten away with it. But he didn't. So he did. Another thing that Cohen did is that he didn't inflate no stories. If he didn't know, he said he doesn't know. He doesn't have proof. He didn't inflate numbers. He didn't. If Michael Cohen was out to get Trump, he would have been everything about the man is bad. Oh, those numbers were huge and this and yes, he conspired. He doesn't know, so he's going to tell you. He didn't inflate numbers. He didn't speculate. He just, if you got something wrong or you misquoted something, he corrected you. He was really out for 100% truth. Now, let me just adjust here. The way you could tell that he was 100% being honest, he was very scared, by the way. You could tell by his body posture. As that when he sat up, paying attention, like a student would sit up in school, facing the principal or teacher or someone of authority. So anyone knows that when you're in speaking terms with somebody, there's three phases. There's parent, there's equal, there's child. And there's two people. Now, either one person's parent wants a child, they're both equal, but you can't have two parents and two children. One has to be giving information, the other one's receiving information. But there's parent, equal, and child. Cohen was taking the childlike position with his body language. He sat up, his hands were open. Open hands means a sign of willing to give and get, willing to take in information, willing to hear what you have to say. You notice that Trump, he crosses his arms because that's him cutting himself off. When people cut themselves off, when you notice this arm crossing, stop. You're wasting your breath. They're not listening anymore. The minute they do this, I would immediately start saying, why you stop listening to me? You're hearing the words I'm saying, but you're not open to what I'm trying to say. And so his arms were open. Sometimes his hands were folded. Again, paying attention, recognizing authority. So nothing in his body language said liar. He was very, very sincere. As a prosecuting attorney, he was very credible. I'm not a prosecuting attorney, but for a prosecuting attorney, he would be a very credible witness. So there's not much to say about Cohen because we already knew what he was going to say. We were just waiting for the truth to come out, which is sign one of a very good attorney. If you're going to ask a question, you better make sure you know the answer because you don't want no surprises on that stand. You want to guide the outcome of the procedure. Okay. Now, fast forward 6.5 hours because it was, I think, a 7-hour marathon. Very, very long. Even I needed a lunch break. Oh, geez, speaking of lunch, did you see that poor intern eating his pizza? Yeah, but they don't understand. You started the proceeding at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. He probably didn't have breakfast. Like, oh, I'll just grab something to eat on the way. That never happens. So by the time the judge called, by the time Cummings called for lunch break, that poor kid probably was starving. Anyway, moving right along. 7.5 hours in. And who gets to ask questions next? The junior, keep in mind, junior Congresswoman, Alexandra Acosta-Cortez. I like to call her AOC. Her name's long. I'm old. I don't have the time to spend, I don't have my precious moments left to spend pronouncing her name. AOC. Newly elected Congresswoman of New York. Very interesting woman. The right likes to tear her down because, yes, she was working as a waitress in a bar up in the Bronx. And she would take the train to work every day. So, yeah, she was a bartender. And then she ran for office and she got it. And people keep putting it, oh, the waitress from the Bronx thinks she's all this. The waitress from the Bronx, oh, she's just a beer maid, or she's just, she just was worked at a bartender. Yeah, a bartender in Congress. All right. Let me tell you a little bit about this bartender. Okay. First up, and I got notes. And let me tell you something about notes. Any person that claims to have any amount of intelligence, no, you take notes. Because somewhere along the line, you're going to forget something somewhere. I don't want to do that. I want to make sure I give you all the information I can get. All right. The AOC started, you would think that she's a waitress. No. False facts often are believable because people are too lazy to read into material to give them the information they need to make a proper decision. Information I found. Now once a year, I don't know if you know this, but once a year in the DC area, there's a science and engineering contest. Around 1,000 to 1,500 people every year sign up. She placed second in the category of microbiology. Not too bad for a bar waitress. I have my degree in microbiology. Now you know a little something about me. I know for a fact to get that is hard because it's just something about us eggheads. We are very competitive. We have to know. We have to know a lot about everything. We read everything. So if she's placed a second, 1,500 people, she might be a little bit smart, won't you say? She graduated college. Yeah. Not only did she attend science fairs, she went to school. She attended college. She graduated there. What's that? Salma Kulambi, Ku something. Please put the spelling down below. But I know it's so. Anyway, top of her class. And a college class, I think, was again 1,000, 2,000 in her class. She went to a big college. Okay, she got her degree in international relations and economics. Where are we having our hardest issues right now? Yeah. It looks like she's Trump's worst nightmare. I'm not done yet. While she was in her, I would call her college years or science interest, because we all go through a fad. I don't know if it's a fad. Maybe she's still interested in science. I don't know. She had an asteroid named from her. Yeah, in her name. She has an asteroid in her name, floating out there in space. I don't have an asteroid. Now, I may have a tin can floating in the ocean, but I don't know about an asteroid floating out in space. Now, that's only if scientists know about you. I mean, she really had to be deep into the science world to say, hey, we found a new asteroid. Let's give it your name. Also, a lot of people don't know, this is not Acosta's first go-round in Congress. You don't know it. But at 19, 19 years old, because she was bilingual, she was assigned to take care. She handled the cases for immigration, that the immigration for the families that ICE have seized. So ICE come by, they seize your family member. You have no idea to get them back, where they are, what's the situation. At 19 years old, she was using her bilingual skills to manage the immigration cases. She also, it doesn't say, and I'm going on way too long about this, but I've got to give you this last piece of information. Nowhere does it say any big publicity or in Congress, nobody would say that she actually got involved in defending the people in Flint, Michigan, when they had their water poisoned by the Republican representatives. And if you know about Flynn, you know that was a decision made by the Republican governor. I'll go into that another time. But she got involved with Flint, Michigan. She got involved with Standing Rock. And the woman's an activist, and she doesn't sit on her behind. I think, okay, what it is, she has a lot in common with Hillary Clinton. And I'll tell you why. Because both of them are strong women that made it in a man's world, and the GOP are fuming that this little girl, as they say, is making it look so easy. She does not play around. As you can see, she doesn't play around. She gets straight to business. And instead of playing pussyfoot with each other, if Congress was to just get to business, they'd probably get something done. Speaking of getting something done, Congress used to be able to get things done back in the 70s before we got what's called career politicians. A career politician is someone who's like, well, I held, that they run for mayor. Well, I'm sitting on the Commerce Board, so I know how to run things, and this is one step up. You get a seat on the Board of Commerce, then you get a seat as a mayor, then you go for Congress rep, and so you step up. It's like I can leave because I started here and I graduated and I did better and I can go ahead. No, that is a career politician. Back in the 60s and 70s, when the Congress used to actually get things done, it's because there was a lot of veterans in there. And let me tell you something about people in the military. They are trained since day one. This is your mission. Get your mission done. They go out in the field, they get their mission done, and then they come back and they say mission accomplished. So, just to deviate from Acosta for a moment, if you see any veterans running, vote for them. Because I have a feeling once we flip Congress from career politician to people that know how to get things done, we're going to see a change back to when we actually got things done. Also, we need to get it younger. We need younger people. Have you noticed that everyone's old as dirt and pushing their 70s and 80s, pushing, not, so they're in the 60s and 70s. But the point is the way we did things 20 years ago is different than when we do it now. And we need to get fresh blood in there. We need to get fresh ideas in there. Like Acosta. If people would just concentrate and talk about the good she's done, instead of, oh, she's trying to take away your hamburgers. Oh, dear God, don't get me into that. That's a whole segment on its own. But the girl is smart. She is smart. She knows how to get things done. She makes it look easy. She's a female that is successful in a man's world, and they hate her for it. It doesn't matter what this girl does. It's all going to be wrong, and they're going to hate her for it. Because she gets the job done, and you make it look way too easy. Alright, so those are the two things that... Oh, before I forget. I know I have so much to talk about between Acosta and Cohen. When they got those two together, it's like the whole place erupted in information. Acosta, nobody noticed it. Nobody noticed it. But when she got on, when it was her turn, not when she got on, but when she got on the mic, or when it was her turn, and Cohen was being asked all these questions, and you notice it was rapid fire. Ask a question, give an answer. Ask a question, give an answer. It was rapid fire. It wasn't Well, I appreciate that question. Understand? No. Straight to the point. You notice that that Acosta got six names out of Cohen that can corroborate each part of his story, if not multiple. So you see, when the GOP goes around saying, "Oh, Cohen's a liar, Cohen's a liar," guess what? We knew that. That's why he's going to jail. Because he's a liar. He lied to Congress. He lied to the FBI. When you lie to the FBI, you will go to jail. Give it a whirl. See how it works out for you. Let me know what happens. Okay? You lie to the FBI, you go to jail. We know he's a liar. But he's bringing people in there. 6 people that can corroborate his story. With canceled checks and all sorts of documentation and probably even more recordings. When you do illegal, and he had to know, Cohen had to know eventually this was gonna pop, because you don't make recordings to bring other people down in case you go down. If he knew this was okay, if he knew this was all free and clear, he would never have made those recordings. But anyway, back to the GOP. Yeah, back to them. They never defended Trump. In 7 hours, they never uttered one word to defend Trump. Never once was Trump mentioned in that entire hearing. Go through all 7 hours on your own. And did they ever mention Donald Trump and defend him? They can't. Because what he's done is indefensible. All they could do is tear down the witness. You see, as a defendant, when you're backed into the corner and you have nothing to come back with, the only thing you're going to come back with is tear down the witness. Why take their word over mine? They're criminal. We know that. He doesn't have nothing left to lose. The man lost his livelihood. He lost his law degree. He doesn't lose it because you always earn your law degree, but you're not allowed to practice anymore. You've been disbarred. So the man lost everything. He has nothing left to lose. However, if he lied Wednesday, and it is proven that he lied Wednesday, he's looking at guaranteed jail time. Now, the way I read it, I'm a little confused. So I'm going to give the information to you, and if you want to look it over yourself, great. If you want to put your own opinion in the comment, that's welcomed. Oh, by the way, thank you for those new subscribers. I really appreciate you. But this is what I found out. He's either going to get 5 years for lying to the committee on Wednesday, or he gets 5 years per individual lie. So if he tells 3 lies, he's looking at 15 years. Or is he just looking at an additional 5 years tacked on to his 3 years, which would make it 8 years in prison? Look at Cohen. He is not going to do well in prison. Okay, he's going to be someone's girlfriend. I hope not. Anyway, the point is that if he's caught lying to the committee on Wednesday, he is going to face 5 years. Is it per lie or because that one day? I don't know. But I read it and I'm a little, I just need clarification. And I'm looking at someone to give me that. If it's from here, great. If it's from Another source, great, and I'll just add it in here. Later on I'll add it in, and we'll find out. But if he lied, he's going to jail, guaranteed. GOP could not defend Trump at all. All they could do is tear down Cohen because they ain't got nothing left. The only one who got any information worth a damn was Acosta, and it wasn't or AOC. These Acosta. Acosta, is that something bad? Anyway, AOC. I'll call her AOC. But yeah, she's the only one that got any real information from them. And she's a junior. She's only been in Congress. Today is March. Yeah, March 3rd. They took their seats on the 2nd of January, 3rd of January. So 2 months. And the first month, the hill was closed. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, that girl's getting a lot done now. Yeah, there's another issue. Remember, I had a third issue. Yeah, the third issue I had is back on Venezuela again, and I'm really interested in the Venezuela issue. I'll tell you why. He, the president of Venezuela, trying to get my notes to stay flat, but it's not working. I'm like, I'm done with you. Stay flat already. I'll fold you if you don't stay flat. Anyway, he was given truckloads of humanitarian aid because the people are starving. There's no food. There's nothing for them to eat. And so humanitarian aid is coming. And Bastima, I know it starts with a B. Anyway, I need to take more notes. I've done way too much research, and maybe I need to narrow my field. Anyway, he doesn't want it. He doesn't want it because we're the ones who put the sanctions on them to begin with. It's like, hold on, first you're going to starve my people to this point, and then you're going to come in and give them food to make it look like he's the bad guy, and we're the good guys because we're going to give the people food. Well, we're the ones who took the food away from them. Well, our stupid sanctions. Why did we put sanctions on Venezuela? Well, we came up with some trumped up, it's like, not trumped up charges, but like certain things that were like, that's not right. We're going to put sanctions on you. First off, again, I reiterate, Venezuela problems did not start until they told ExxonMobil to pack your bags and go, we don't want to do business with America. I just think it's quite funny that when they decide they don't want to do business with us, all of a sudden their economy plummets. And it's not just us that's doing it. The Saudis are also put sanctions on them too, which is really weird. But let's talk about this peacetime. Peacetime that started after World War II. Because of sanctions that we put on other countries, 20 million people died, starved to death because of lack of food, because of sanctions. America has interfered and overthrown 36 different governments. We interfered in 84 foreign elections. Sounds familiar. We've attempted assassinate over 50 foreign leaders. We dropped bombs on over 30 different countries. And this is just peacetime. This is what we call helping to police the country. No, it's not. What this is, we're trying to get people in there that's willing to work with us so we can all make money together. And they chose not to do it. We don't want to be in business with you. We want to be in business on our own. Okay? You do that, we'll just make it really hard for you to do business. Now, this isn't just a conspiracy theory because this is how we've done business from our beginnings, since the country beginnings. Take the Rockefellers. I mean, the perfect example. Rockefeller Center, New York, richest family, back at the turn of the century. They were oil tycoons. And if you go back and you read your history about the Vanderbilts and the Rockefellers and how they did their business, I don't think Vanderbilts were oil tycoons. I know the Rockefellers were. And the way the father would do business is that he would have a train, and he would commission that train to take oil from point A to point B. And if you were an individual a dealer, then you would have to get your barrels on that train. Well, it was like, you need to join our coalition, and then you could get on the train and we all make money together. One person decided, I don't want to join your coalition. All of a sudden, there's no more room on the train for that person to put their barrels on. So, he used his strong arm. And how is this possible? Well, back in Oklahoma, when they first discovered oil, it was actually Kansas discovered oil first, and then it went into Oklahoma, and then it went into Texas, where everything went everywhere, and it was like, oh my God, we got greasy everywhere. Anyway, so while you're getting your oil from Kansas and Oklahoma and trying to get it to the coastline where people need it, you need to get your barrels on that train. And you can't get your barrels on that train if Mr. Rockefeller is holding all the keys to all the trains. Smart. So that's the plan. That was the game plan. And that, so I know I've given you way too much information, and I don't mean to bore you. It's already at 33 minutes. But that is normal. That is how we Americans have been doing business for 200 years. Do business with us, so we just make it really hard for you to do business, period. This is also why we need to get our nose the heck out of Venezuela. They've got enough issues without us digging around. Anyway, that's my little story I wanted to tell you and how I feel and the information I found. Speaking of finding, down here, somebody went to the store for me and they found these little, you can see the clearance. They were 75 cents a bag. I know. So, me being nosy, his head came off. Oh my God, they're in pieces. Look, I got a torso. I've got a torso. This is not normal. This can't be normal. Okay. Oh dear God. Oh dear God. They give these to kids? That would scare the boo out. Okay, I got someone here. I got a torso. Legs, I mean. There's the legs. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, now I have a head. Oh my god, I'm surprised. Ooh, I lost his head. Oh my god. I am surprised kids don't get nightmares trying to put these people's heads on. I don't know who that is, but it looks creepy. I have no idea what I'm doing over here. Okay, come on, you. Get in there. And I got more of these to do. Oh dear, this is going to be a long video. Okay. I don't know who that is. I don't do wrestling. So some little boy is going to like that one. Okay. Who is that one anyway? Who has the red underwears? I don't know who has the red underwears. Anyway. Next. We got how many more of these to do? Okay. We got another red underwear. So, this one. Yeah, can you see that? Yeah. Same one. That's fine. I'm cool with that. I am cool with that. 75 cents. You can't complain. You really can't. So, let's go ahead. Alright. Now this one decides to give me the issues. The other two, no issues. This one, issue. Come on, dang it. It's not like I got teeth to pry you open. That's fine. Okay, and what do I have? I have scissors always over there. Yeah. Yeah, well, you know what? I'm looking at going at 40 minutes over there, so I'm going to save these other four for later. I don't want to put too long, but I'm going to upload this stuff. But that's the thing going on this week, and if you have any subject you want to hit on, let me know. But we do need to stay out of other people's business and foreign affairs. And for somebody who claimed that we want to, be peacemakers of the world, we sure are causing a lot of issues. And don't get me started about North Korea. Seriously. Ugh. I'm thinking instead of doing this in one Sunday drop, like one big drop, that maybe I do like little excerpts throughout the week. One subject, 5 minutes, 10 minutes at most, but like little editorials here and there. Because instead of just throwing up all this information on you all at once, maybe I could do that for you and go ahead and patch it out like that. But anyway, that's been an interesting week. So this week we're going to find the fallout from all these hearings. Cross your fingers. Hope for the best. Prepare for the worst. And trust me, we're all going to land somewhere in the middle. You're going to be okay. Bye-bye.